All right, guys. So we are going to work on creating a Cubist photo collage inspired by David Hockney. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the left menu and I'm on the create button and I'm going to create something. And there's all these defaults, but we're going to do a custom size. We're starting with just a blank sheet of paper. And what's challenging is you really don't know the size of your piece until it kind of emerges. So I'm suggesting maybe a width of 18, a height of 12, and then be sure to convert your measurement to inches. And that gives you a nice big rectangle to work with. So next, you just need to kind of choose what you want to work with, what you want to build your image. And so I'm taking dibs. I'm going to do Notre Dame in Paris. So I'm going to do Notre Dame, Paris. And there's graphics, there's photos. And that's really what I feel like there's all these images that I can work with. And so I'm going to start with maybe like a base image. This is a nice one to anchor things on. And one trick here is, so I have this image, it's selected. You can see this purple border. And now I've got these menus. These two menus up here allow me to affect this image. And if I click off of it, see how some of the menus disappeared? So I click on it. And a really nice thing is to duplicate it. So I'm going to take this image and copy it. And maybe I'm going to resize it or size it bigger. Now, one trick is I can take this, it's highlighted, and I'm going to go up here, and here is a crop tool. So I'm going to crop this smaller. Maybe I'm going to go down to here, and then I hit enter. Oh, I go over here and hit done. And one thing I like doing is I like playing with size. So I'm going to kind of make this smaller. Now, one of the challenges we have is I'm just working on this. I practiced a little bit so that my video would make sense, but you're watching the artistic process in front of you. And so I'm going to keep layering images. And one of the tricks is I do want it to fit together. I don't want this to feel like just a random collage of Notre Dame. So I want it to feel like a coherent, cohesive image of Notre Dame. But I also want to explore different elements. So what's this image? Ooh, that's a good one. So I grab the corner, I can resize it. Do I want it bigger or smaller? So I'm going to put it like that. And that gives me kind of this strobing effect I think is interesting. And let's see something else here. So I'm looking for images that will complement it, will help me piece it together. I like this one because it has some sky. Oh, this one has some color and sky too. All right, so I actually like this. And one reason why I like the way this popped on is it gives me a chance to illustrate this. So here I've got this image. It's obviously on top of everything. So it's highlighted right now because it's highlighted in purple. I've got these menus and this one here. And look up here, position. I can reposition this photo. So I click here, and over here comes a menu, and I can move it backwards. So one image came backwards again. Oh, it's kind of cool. Backwards again. And that's it. Do I like this? What's changing there? And so that's what you want to do. And you do want it to feel like one Cubist image. You don't want it to feel like just pictures of Notre Dame, in this case, stacked on top of each other. Now, you can try different images. Like this is sort of an unusual one. And one thing that's interesting about this is I'll resize it. I'll put it here. And it's so different. I'm going to click on it so it's highlighted. That means this menu up here is going to affect this. I'm going to click edit. I'm going to edit this photo. And using the filters, I can change the colors. Like it, you know, I could create something a little more like this. There, that blends it a bit better. I'm going to try to fit it so it fits just a little bit better. And I could even, you know, edit this photo. See if there's a color scheme that maybe goes along a bit better. And I want to get, you know, several images that tell that story. Like I'm sort of interested in this. I want this here. And then I'm just trying to really get the bridge. So I'm going to position this all the way in back. I can move it backwards or move it to the back. Oh, yeah. Look how it connects the bridge there. And so I'm lining that up so that this bridge sort of makes sense. Again, I don't want it to just look like a jumble of images. I want it to feel like the building. In fact, I'm going to duplicate this. Maybe I'll crop it a bit more. Click done. Things get bigger as they get closer, so I'm trying to really exaggerate that, make this get even bigger. So that's the idea. I just want to share one last thing is I've been clicking on each separate image, and that's when I get to manipulate them. There are times I want to work with it as a group, and you can group them together. So what I'm going to do is my mouse is up here. I'm going to sweep over and select everything. So I've selected all these different pieces. However, it lets me do one thing here. Look at this. I'm right up here. I can group this together. And now it's going to treat it like one image. So if I did want to reposition it, I can. And so that really starts creating this dramatic image. And I kind of like that. Now I'm going to ungroup it. Maybe I'm going to recolor this image. I click this one. I'm going to edit it. I kind of like this. Something about it, I want it to be all sort of a little more of this antique color scheme. And I would just keep playing around with these things to create a pleasing image. To finish, make sure I named it. I then go to share it, download. I'm going to download it as a ping. And that's what you can turn in. All right, make sure you create a really beautiful image.